With this program, Through My Window, I want you to ask yourself, what do you see through your window? I think that windows, in a way, become very personal. It is a representation of your journey, and this is why this program was created. It was created when my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and as she was going through all the surgeries and recovering time, she spent a lot of time in the hospitals and in her bedroom, unable to speak actually. And so, one of the ideas that I had was helping my mom to express herself and to understand maybe where she was so I could support her emotionally and just give her the love and anything that she needed. So the question, Mom, what do you see through your window, was beyond just the physical window, but rather I knew that even though we were maybe looking outside through the same window, we were seeing very different things. And so today I invite you to ask yourself, what do you see through your window? And welcome. We are going to be working on our Through My Window project, the technique of alteration of an object. In this case, we are altering or changing a wood frame into an embellished piece. You have all the supplies inside your step 1, 2, 3 bags, and you have also the frame. With the frame, we have provided a frame that is painted on the back, and you are going to be painting with the gold and nude color paint the frame on the front. So basically, we're going to start with the nude color. This is acrylic paint, non-toxic. We're going to work wet on wet to be able to blend colors. So we're not going to be painting the entire frame at once, but just areas. So you can work wet on wet so you can blend. We are going to give you the freedom, obviously, to create whatever design you want. I'm just going to give you a few suggestions. So first, we're going to apply a thin coat of paint. It doesn't have to be thick, and it doesn't have to have texture. Why? Because texture will attract the eye of the viewer, and you already will have too many elements that we're adding and embellishing this with, so we don't need any texture. So we're going to keep the brush strokes in one direction. See how it's wet, and I'm adding at the edges a little bit of that gold. When it's wet on wet, meaning the nude is wet and then the gold is wet, that's when I can blend. You want it to be really soft, so that's what I'm doing right here. But again, you can try different things. It is your piece. Just enjoy the process. Just give yourself the opportunity to relax and enjoy this moment. So we're going to paint all around the frame. It will dry very fast, and then we're going to start with the next steps. So enjoy the painting time, put some music, and let's think about some positive and affirmative words or sentences that we can keep in our heart and mind. Let's have fun. gold around the edge, making sure that I don't get any on this side or on the other side. Certainly a nice touch for that edge. See that? Okay, so I'm done painting my frame. One suggestion: this is a good brush. Wash it so you can reuse it. If you don't wash it, then it's not going to be able to have a second chance. But you could just wash it and reuse it. I want to make sure that you keep elements. I love getting dirty, so okay. So here's my edge, here's the back, and if we have any extra paint, you can save it there and insert in the back. You will let it dry for a little while. But I'm telling you, if your paint is not thick, and it normally dries pretty easy. And then we're going to start with the step 2. In your package, the step 2 has the sticky dots, has some layers of cutouts. And for this specific design, I added this, which will be helping you to create those layers, because we have so many areas with layers. It was easier to help you this way. So we have this, that one. So we have 5 pieces we're going to create, okay? The same steps will follow when you're creating any layer. If you want to change something in your layers, just make sure that the bottom piece of your layer is larger than the top piece of your layer. That will help you to make sure that the design looks great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the pattern that I have designed for you. This is the pattern that we have. And I have also named top, middle, and bottom. You should have about those designs inside your bags, if not very similar. So we're going to start with the middle layer, and I'm just going to place the objects on top of my shapes. If I see something that is not a circle but is this one, then I will just go ahead and put it there. The top layer, my top layer, let's see what else. Okay, so for example, let's do this one. I'm going to pick up this piece. I'm going to stick my sticky dot. I'm going to add my square. Sometimes I add pieces just to add dimension to the layers. Peel off and add my next piece. See how it looks like? Okay. To glue this piece to your frame, you will add one more sticky dot and peel it off. When you know where you want that piece, then you will stick it to that area. Again, this is your design, so you can add any layers or designs to any area of your frame. That's how I create my layers. Okay, so that will be the technique that we use every time we create layers, and that's how you use your sticky dots. Super handy. Getting to my last design, and I'm going to set them aside. I'm not going to glue them yet. I need to go to a step 3 before I put everything into my frame. So I'm done with my step 2, ready to put my designs inside the bag so they don't get misplaced, and let's put them aside. Okay, those are my ideas. You obviously can create your layers however you want. So let's see what is on this bag that has all the supplies for step 3. We have some tinted paper with beautiful word messages. Then we have some fabric. We have 2 bags, one with some tinted tags, and also we have ribbon and fiber and a handmade rose and satin. So let's attach these pieces and let's see what we're going to use for each item. So for the 2 that I have on my frame, I'm going to use my glue pen. I'm just going to add glue all around the edges and then secure on the frame and clean any excess glue that I have. So let's do that. You see how I'm covering all my edges and then a little bit in the center. So I have enough. I don't have see how I have covered all the edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and place it on my frame. The next step will be to attach the fiber and the ribbon. I'm just going to tie this with a double knot. I'm going to tie the fiber on the bottom with a double knot to the front and then pin the silk flower to it, and then with the ribbon above I'm going to tie it with a double knot very tight on the back. So let's do that. It is time now to take those designs that we did on step 2, the layers, and attach them to your frame however you want. It's your design. Obviously I have added a picture in case you like to follow my design. And then we're ready for step 4. This is the last step and the one that goes in the center. So for that I'm going to remove the back part. You also have the little stick to stand in case you want to put this frame on a table instead of hanging it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as support for my paper and then build my layer and attach it back, and then voila, you got it. This is an altar frame. This is a mixed media technique. It's part of what we call collage in the family of alteration of an object, changing an object from what it was supposed to be first, which was a frame, a simple frame for a picture, changing it into like a canvas. And you are done. Congratulations, you finished your Through My Window project with the frame alteration. Beautiful piece.